Today's heart-centered practice is resilience. A friend's mother used to tell her life can be a roller coaster or a merry-go-round. Your choice. So let's be real. When we're younger, who really wants a merry-go-round? I mean, sure, the horses are pretty and you get to grab the brass ring from time to time, but what younger person wants to think that life is just going to go round and round in circles? I mean, doesn't the roller coaster excitement of ups and downs seem like a lot more fun? But as we get older, we realize that life actually does go round and round in circles, and that making it into a drama-filled roller coaster of way ups and whooshing downs isn't actually as fun in reality as it sounds like it's going to be. But these days, I think a lot of us are experiencing roller coaster moments every day for reasons that can seem outside of our control. The main culprit, of course, is fear. Sometimes fear comes tiptoeing in on the coattails of bad news, and suddenly whatever state we were in before is just completely derailed. Sometimes fear comes blasting in like a supervillain through the news and the headlines and social media posts, and everything gets turned upside down, and we just get blasted by pow, wham, bang, fear. So most of us, of course, have developed our own heart-centered practices to shift out of fear. Some of my favorites and my friends' favorites are deep breathing, long walks, making gratitude lists, prayer, meditation, reminding ourselves that right here, right now, everything is okay. Well, today I want to add to that go-to list resilience. So last summer I filmed a documentary about roller coasters, and because of that, I rode 6 of them in one day. Old-fashioned coasters, giant steel modern ones where your legs dangle, ones where you corkscrew and go upside down, even one where you raced another coaster side by side. But by far my favorite was the tallest and steepest and fastest one I rode. The funny thing is, I'm not really into heights, and this one started by going straight up, up, this tiny narrow track over a lake. I couldn't really think about that. But then when it went down, and I mean down so steeply that it almost seemed to go backwards underneath itself, it was so steep, it just went so smoothly and so fast that all you felt was this rush of joy and laughter and fun. And after that, on all the rest of the coasters, all I felt was just slammed around, slammed to the left, slammed to the right, whiplash back, whiplash forward. And that was not any fun. What I learned from that is, if you're going to ride a roller coaster, it's the banging back and forth, the rubbernecking, the whiplash of the dance between fear and love that makes it unpleasant, and we can do something about it. We can learn to be resilient. We can recognize that right now fear is throwing its whole arsenal at us, from nuclear bombs to guerrilla warfare. But how we deal with it is what determines our daily experience. Resilience is choosing our response to our response. Resilience is choosing how we respond to however we initially unconsciously responded. In other words, if fear gets past your first line of defense and suddenly you realize that it's taking up residence and it's banging away at your heart and screaming at your ear, what do? Do you berate yourself? Do you give in to fear? Or do you recognize that fear is merely fulfilling fear's job description? Yeah, it got in, but now you can bounce back and firmly escort it out, and then keep doing that again. Right outside my window, right here, is a big grassy field, and there are all these beautiful tall grasses underneath tall trees. And I often take Allie, my dog, out to the edge of that field. And sometimes when she walks through it, a whole stand of beautiful grasses appear to get trampled down. But the moment she walks away, back up they pop. Fear will keep inviting us on its roller coasters. And sometimes we'll be deep into that third screaming terror loop-de-loop before we realize we never agreed to this. Time to be resilient. Go back to the heart-centered practices that get you out of fear and lean into love. Don't berate yourself. Don't beat yourself up. And don't worry. I mean it. Don't indulge in worry. Escort worry out right along with fear. Then breathe in love, or walk in love, or talk in love, or feel in love. Whatever you do to invoke love, do it. And when you do, remember that love is just like that grassy field right outside my window. It will always grow back. It will always bounce back. It will get mown. It will get peed and pooped on. It will get eaten by animals. It will get covered in snow and rain and sleet. And it will always be resilient, because that's love. And love is the source of our resilience. We just have to practice being resilient together. So today, your and my daily heart-centered practice is be resilient. Lean into love and let love bounce you back. Love viral, because love heals. Be resilient.